So I can actually tell you this dream, but I just want to read it in case so I don't forget any detail of it. So this is, so I wrote this in my journal on September 21st, 2021. So this is the dream I had. This is the dream I had several months ago that I have taken time to pray on and see if it was from God. So I believe this is a warning of what is to come. What I knew I could sense from my dream was the soldiers were in control of America and we all feared them. I noticed that the skies were an overcast gray. Everything looked kind of gray.
Hey guys, so I wanted to get on here and quickly tell you guys a dream that I had late last night. And in my dream, they was telling us, get out the building. The sky is gray or black or something like that. In the dream, I'm trying to remember. And I'm like, what? In the dream, the whole time I'm at my job, I'm like, what do you mean we got to leave? What's going on? What's going on outside? When I left the building from my job, it was so crazy because it was like, and I live in Texas right now, and literally, when I walked outside my building from my job, I was in Manhattan, but all I seen when as soon as I stepped out the building, I seen at least 10 to 15 blue warplanes. And I mean tons, like just going in unison and just making this, like they was making their declaration that they were here in the US. And I literally was like, oh my gosh, you've seen people panicking, running. And all I remember saying before I woke up was, this is exactly what I had a dream about. Like, this is exact from the dream I had. Guys, as it says in Acts 2:17, he will pour out his spirit upon all flesh. His sons and his daughters will prophesy. The old men will just begin to have dreams and visions. This is here, and this is happening. God will never allow things to happen without telling his people first.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you what that first dream was. The first dream that I had, which was a couple of years ago, I was in a larger city, and there were leaflets being dropped from the sky, and I don't remember what those leaflets said. But I do remember that I then saw troops marching from the south. Now, I live in South Texas, okay? And these troops were not American troops. These troops were Russian troops, and they were marching from the south, from Mexico. And somewhere amongst the dream, I had also heard that there were Chinese troops marching into the U.S. as well, but they were coming from Canada, coming across the northern border.
Last night I prayed that God would speak to me through a dream, and I'm seeing all these people fighting on the city streets. And I just remember being like, oh my gosh, we're being invaded right now. And I remember all the people were of like Asian descent, or like the Chinese military. And that goes along the lines of my last dream where I saw Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong-un, and Xi Jinping in a rice paddy talking about destroying America.
A couple of dreams that I would like to tell you about. I will try to be as quick as possible to make this a short video. Today is July 22nd, 2018. So I had this dream. It was in May 2018, a couple of months ago. I saw that I was in something that looked to me like a cruise ship, and I saw in the water coming Russian troops. And I knew in the dream that it was Russia coming to invade the US, invading the US. So I was pretty scared because in the dream it felt so real.
I need to share this dream that I had, I want to say it was like a year ago maybe. It was a family gathering and we were all there at the house, and there was Asian military that came into the house.
I've had many dreams and visions over the years, but I think I'm going to start with this one. In America, there was a Red Army attacking a tan, kind of like the color of my skin. America was like the color of my skin, like kind of brown, tannish color, and there was a Red Army that came swarming up from all sides and just engulfed it. And a man's voice said, "And they fought to the end." And then I woke up.
Last night I had a very troublesome dream. I wasn't afraid in the dream at all, which is very important, but I just want to let you know that yeah, we're gonna be invaded at some point in the future, and it's gonna be, they're gonna be everywhere. They're gonna be like, we think we're so invisible, and you know, because we have weapons and stuff like that, especially as individuals. And I'm a person who was in the military, so I kind of have that invincibility thing going on too. Like, oh, they're not gonna invade us. Oh, please believe. Yeah, no. Yeah, we're gonna be invaded with their old little Kalashnikovs and all of that stuff. They're gonna be everywhere. And yeah, if you think you're invisible just because you have a couple weapons at home and oh, you're gonna defend to the end, okay, well then defend to the end. But I'm telling you, we're about to be invaded. And the one person in my family who I know has lots of weapons, in this dream, that person was asleep. I want you guys to know that God is real, and it's time to get yourself right with him. It's not time to prepare and dig in holes and dig in basement shelters and all of that stuff. You need to be repenting and making sure that you are right with the Lord, so that when he comes, you can go with him and you don't have to sit and take all of this and deal with all of this.
I just woke up from a dream that I just had. I don't post videos on YouTube unless I feel like I'm led to by the Lord, and the Lord is telling me that I need to get this out there because it's very urgent, and also because of the times that we're living in right now. In my dream, there were bombs going off, people were screaming, people were hiding, people were going crazy. There were these soldiers that were dressed in dark green uniforms. They were Russian and Chinese, and they were just killing people like at random. They're just going inside buildings, just grabbing people.
I'm here to speak to you about dreams of war that I've been having. Actually, dreams of America being attacked. My first dream I had, I was living in my old neighborhood, and I was outside with my mom. And as we was outside, I saw 4 big airplanes, and they were flying real low, and I was amazed because I was like, wow, you know, they flying so low. And then I was looking at them, and I was looking to see where they was from, but they wasn't from here.
So I don't normally do this. Usually I tell fellow believers what I'm seeing in my dreams, but these dreams have become so prevalent that I felt it's time to give a warning. I've been having lots of dreams of China invading the US. And Chinese paratroopers started floating down out of the sky, and they were speaking perfect English, like they had grown up in America or spent time here, because they were saying, hey, we're here to help, don't worry, don't panic, we're here to help, don't fear. And right at that moment, as these people were landing inside the fence, a guy pulls out an AR-15 and he starts shooting the paratroopers. And then out of nowhere comes this high-ranking, probably a colonel or something along those lines, from the paratroopers. And he walks up and he shoots him in the back of the head with a 9.
I'm coming to you with a dream that I had a couple nights ago. So the dream was about an invasion of Russia coming onto American soil.
I started having these dreams 2 years ago in 2014 when I was serving for the United States Army. I'm here today to share with you the multiple dreams that I've been having about Russia invading America. One dream that I had was high schools and elementary schools were being operated by Russians. They was being operated by foreign soldiers. And I knew that somehow they had set up shop where these schools became the headquarters.
And then the Lord told me, just pay attention to what they are setting up. The bear invasion, this whole thing is a cover up. This whole thing is going to pass real quickly, and it's a cover up for what they are doing behind closed doors, for the stage they are setting up for the Antichrist. And that's the interpretation that the Lord gave to me.